Clean slate. We have essentially a 9-game season, and we just keep marking off every day, and we're going to try to win every day, whether it's practice or game, and really start to try to continue to get better every day. And I think we made a little bit of progress toward that today. We had 2 great practices. I called Jack last night on my way home. I said, you know, we just had another really good practice. So that's the sign of a team that hasn't given up. That's the sign of a team that's continuing to work hard. And I thought our effort was great tonight. Our execution wasn't perfect, but our effort was great, and I'm proud of that.
Well, how important was it to get a convincing win? You know, even if it wasn't perfect, you know, how important is it after so many near misses? You know, I think it's a clean slate, so many near misses. How important is it just to?
Yeah, we need to get a win just to get a little confidence back too. And I'll tell you, today was a challenging game because it really was the first time. Today was in all honesty, the tightest I've been going into a game in a while. Because it actually was the first time we were probably a favorite in probably a month. You know, whether it was probably the first time in a month we were actually a favorite. So it was a little bit of a different pressure today. You know, saying this is a game we've got to win or we should win, and we haven't had that in a while. So I was curious to see how our guys reacted, and they made a couple runs at us. I think they cut it to 10 one time, and then we came out and ran some good offense. Nat made a big shot. Mike made big shots every time they made a little bit of a run, and that's what seniors are supposed to do.
You talk about the milestone that Matt reached, kind of 1,000 points. What does it say about his career? And he kind of hung in there, with this program.
Yeah, I think it speaks volumes about Nat, and certainly somebody who's been here a long, long time, and has given a lot to Hofstra and fought through a tough injury last year, and has fought through some, a tough season this year on a lot of levels, but. He's going to give us his all here for the last run at this month. So I'm certainly real proud of him and happy for him at the same time.
What are your thoughts, Nat, about the milestone and really about hanging in there with Hofstra even through the injury and everything else?
I'm just happy to get over that milestone today. A lot of great Hofstra players is in that category, and I'm just happy to be with them.
And you'll see it when you look at your stuff that. There's someone following this, from the other side of the continent, watching it on the internet, and he tweeted, says, that was the same end of the court that I got my 1,000th point on. Do you hear from Charles very much?
Oh yeah, I talk to Charles every day. So we talk all the time. He called me up before the game, because he's read about it. I was 10 points away, and he was real happy for me, and told me to make sure I get it to him.
Nathaniel must have been even sweeter hitting that milestone in the win.
Oh yeah, definitely. The win feels even better right now.
Mike, you've played with Matt for a long time. What was your thought when you saw him get a nice ovation and get the point?
It was great, great for Nat. He's a guy that's been through a lot here at Hofstra. He's been here 5 years. I think it's a credit to his work and his work ethic and his stick-to-itiveness to get his 1,000th point.
And what did you think about, because you guys had, Coach alluded to it, you're not focusing on it anymore. You've had a lot of close losses. What did it feel just to just break through and have a really decisive win?
It was great. Towson's a team. They just got their first win, so we knew they were going to be scrappy. Wanting to get a consecutive win. But we just focused on one game. We got a new month here going in. Like we had a meeting and we said we had 30 days left. Guarantee, for us seniors. So we wanted to go out every game, just play like it's our last. And so we just wiped away all of the close losses, and we looked at February as we're 0-0, like we're fresh slate. So right now we're 1-0 on our new mission going into March.
Nat, what did it mean to you to exchange greetings with Speedy after the game?
Yeah, that was great. Speedy's a great guy. He's always around. He just wanted to congratulate me and told me to keep it rolling. Start this win streak now.
Coach, what does it do for the team's defense being able to cause 27 turnovers and get 35 points off the turnovers?
Yeah, I just pointed that out to Mike, and even in our last game at Northeastern, I think we had 10 steals. Our defense has continued to keep us in games. It really has. Obviously, even at Northeastern, George Mason last week, we held them to 4 field goals. A week ago tonight, we held them to 4 field goals in the first half. A team that's in first place in our league. So we're continuing to find ways and be scrappy and hang in there. And I think that's where we got to hang our hat on now.
Nat, what has kept you here? Kept you here because you graduated a while ago, right? Like
yeah,
December of last year.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah. So, how is the Masters going, and what kept you here?
I love the program, Hofstra. It's always been good to me. I graduated early. The coaches here was always good to me. So it's a great place to be. So I'm stuck with it.
How's the Masters program going?
The match program's good. Good classes, you know, I like that.
Mo, your guys, you took these losses really hard. How's it feel to just kind of be able to smile and joke about how long ago Nat graduated and to kind of enjoy yourself for the first time in a
Well,
while?
I'm happy for everybody. You know, nobody likes to lose, and I also know as a coach how close we've been. You know, but like I said, we can't focus on it anymore. We got to learn from it. Our staff has to learn from it. Our program has to learn from it. And you know, sometimes you coach harder and work harder when you're losing. I mean, you know, I'm not saying a whole lot of different things than I said last year. You know, just sometimes the ball went in the basket a little more. But we have to continue to learn from that. I think we've had a great week. I think our guys continue to remain competitive. I mean, and I'm excited. I'm excited to go back to practice tomorrow. I really am. I'm excited to get to practice tomorrow, and I'm excited for our game on Saturday.
All season long, while you were struggling, you were saying, you know, you're pointing toward February. First day of February, you win by 25. You able to put January behind
I'm glad January's over. I'll tell you that. I'm glad January's over.
What the heck happened with the T's? Three of the least likely candidates for technicals probably on the roster.
You know, I don't know. I got mad at Nat for the dunk. That was clearly a technical foul. You know, and he knows that.
2 milestones today, right?
Yeah, he knows that. And the other ones, I think the game got a little out of control. They were chippy. We got a little chippy, and that's something again I told our guys we can't beat good teams. We have to learn to be competitive and aggressive, but keep our cool. Let the score speak for itself. And then that's another lesson that we have to learn.
Like you're closing in on 1,000 points at Hofstra yourself. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, how many points I need to get?
You got close tonight.
I think you 9.
No, yeah, I know. Like,
962.
me and Nat was joking. Like we were just trying to say like who's gonna get it first. You know, he's been here for a while, and I've been here 2 years. So I was making a joke like who's gonna get it first this year. But it's just another. You know, I'd rather get these wins. You know, looking towards February. I'd rather like me and Nat. If you ask him, we'd rather make a run in the CA tournament before these get 1,000 points.
You were 4 points away from a career high tonight with about 9 minutes to go. Were you thinking about getting a couple more shots, and well, you pulled him about 4.5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not happy about that, but, I was going to put him back in after the immediate timeout, and then we made a couple shots, and I just, he actually is, and being modest, he's a little banged up, too. He really didn't practice much the last couple of days, so as much as I know he would have liked to, get a few more points and get a career high, we have a long way to go, and, he inside, I know he knows that.
Well, how much of a challenge? How much of a challenge is it taking on a team that's probably a little undermanned and maybe chippy to try and compensate for that, and really desperate to try and get?
Tonight was a challenging game. I'll tell you what. And I said this before in the media. Not only it was the first time in a month we were a favorite, but they won their first game after 41 losses. So all of a sudden the elephant or the piano was off their back. They were like a brand new team too, which really concerned me. And I watched the end of their game against Wilmington, and they were jumping and energetic, and all of a sudden, they're a different team coming in here as well. So as a coach, it was a challenging game, and again, I'm proud of our guys the way that we came out. We continue to come out of the gate and do good things on defense and get out to good leads.
Do you relish being the underdog more than being in the position of being the favorite like that? Or?
I'd like to be the favorite, man. I'd like to be the favorite.
Mike, were you a little concerned about that? About just knowing that they were coming in on a little bit of an emotional high? Guys?
Definitely. I know Coach Pack's scary. I know he's a fired up guy, so I knew that he's going to have his team ready just to get up there to a fresh start. Like we were looking for a fresh start, so we made it a challenge for ourselves in the locker room just to outplay them, outwork them. So we're on the same, basically like sort of the same boat, not as drastic as theirs. So.
Thanks.
Thank you.